Did you know that solutions plus actions equals results? Hi y'all, thanks so much for joining me. In less than 15 minutes, I'll be sharing with you how taking action can actually help you save your business. Like and share this video if you get value from it. As you join, you can say hi and where you're joining from. Really excited to have you here, or you can type hashtag replay if you're watching this on the replay. So, I want to share this topic today because I really thought it was important. But before I do that, keep forgetting, let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. P. I'm a strategic business coach, and I've been a school psychologist for about 10 years in K-12 schools in the U.S., right? And I've also taught more than 10 online graduate psychology courses. I really love what I do. I love teaching, coaching, mentoring, and consulting. So I really wanted to talk about today's topic because if you follow me, you know I say a lot, solutions plus actions equals results. And it is true because not taking action is one of the common reasons why small business owners and entrepreneurs fail. Not just in their first year, just fail. Because if you don't take action, then how are you going to expect progress for your business? How are you going to expect it to grow? Because you need to be taking action, right? So I've spoken with entrepreneurs from all different backgrounds, and they all agree on this. The fact is, regardless of what your industry is, if you don't take action, your business is going to stop. It's going to fail. It's no longer going to exist. So you have to be taking action. So without taking action, how do you expect your business to grow? And without taking action, meaningful action, how do you expect to grow a successful business? You have to be growing a successful business, right? But in order to do that, you have to be taking action. That's what's going to help you accomplish your goals. That's what's going to help keep you moving forward. Because it's great to have a plan that includes goals. It's great to engage in your learning. And if you caught me earlier this week, I did talk about being committed to your learning and also having a plan on why those things are important for growing your business. But taking action is also important as well. Because, again, having the plan with the goals, taking the learning, those are great. But you have to be taking action. Because if you don't take action, none of those things matter, right? So you need to be taking action if you want to see your business to be growing in a positive direction. If you want to see it move from where it is to where you want it to be. That's why taking action is important. And I get it. Some of you probably are saying, it's not right now is a good time for me. Someday I'll really get started on that business. But this is really a side gig thing. And yeah, I'm not really putting that much work in it. If that is you, okay. That also tells me that you're not committed to growing your business. And right now your business is not a priority for you. So if that's you, okay, whatever. But if that is not you and you are committed to your business, you do have that courage to take your business to the next level, to actually grow that business in the direction that you want to grow it, then you need to be taking meaningful actions in order to accomplish that. So that's why I really wanted to talk about the importance of taking action today, so that you can see that once you're done here with this video, you could go and you can take an action to help you start moving forward in the direction that you want to have your business grow in a successful and positive manner, right? So here's the thing though, taking action, I'm not saying to sit down and fill out your planner with all these different activities because you think these are all these things that you need to be doing. That's not what I'm talking about. Because you can fill your planner with a whole set of stuff, right? You can fill your schedule with a whole set of stuff. So you can always have these reminders dinging on your computer, on your cell phone. Hey, you need to do this and you need to do that. But why did you pick those actions? Because taking action to grow a successful business doesn't mean just putting down any old thing in your planner and telling yourself you got to do any old action. That's not what it means. You still have to be strategic. Actually, you should be strategic in the actions that you're taking, because those actions should be connected to the goals you have for your business. They should be connected to the tasks that are connected to the goals that you have for your business. Hence, this should be meaningful, because you shouldn't just pick any old thing just because. You have to be meaningful in the actions that you take. And you also need to figure out whether or not the action was successful. So you have to look at whether the action worked or it didn't work in terms of getting you closer to your goal. So for some of you who follow me, you know that my background is in school psychology, right? And as a school psychologist, I help schools with identifying, appropriate interventions to match the needs of students, academically, behaviorally, socially, emotionally. And then after identifying those research-based interventions, then taking those interventions and actually implementing them, and then looking at the progress that students were making when those interventions were implemented, right? So in order to identify a research-based intervention, we had to really know what the students' needs were. So you're looking at the assessment to really make sure the intervention matched the needs of the students. And by the way, as a strategic business coach, I still do that strategy. I work with people wherein find out what they're good at, what their skills are, and then connect that with the tasks that they need to be working on so they can keep their business moving forward. Because if not, you might get frustrated. So that's why I like to do that as a strategic business coach. But anyways, talking about the interventions that you do in schools, so we implement them. Because again, you can identify it, you can come up with a plan, but if you don't take action, then the plan doesn't make any difference, right? But then, before we implement, we also needed to identify the metric. How are we going to determine whether or not the intervention that we picked was successful in helping the students improve? So you have to be able to identify a metric. And then, once you implement that intervention, then you're going to be checking to see the progress of it, to see if it's working or if it's not working. Those are the type of things that you need to be doing. And again, those are strategies I learned in school psychology, and those are still strategies I implement as a business coach. Even when it comes to evaluating programs, help others evaluate programs to see what needs to change, how it could be improved. You identify that thing, then you implement it. But once you're implementing it, you have to monitor the progress of it. So remember, you also identify the metric that you're going to be using to determine whether or not your program was successful. If you're doing an organizational level program, right? So you could run programs at individual level, and if you have an organization where you have a team and you want to see if something that you're doing in your team is working or it's not working, you have that organizational level type program. So you still are looking for a metric. You're still looking to see whether it worked or if it didn't work. Those are things that you have to be doing for your business. So that's what it means to be taking meaningful action, right? So when you're taking this meaningful action and you're monitoring your progress, and you're looking to see whether it worked or if it didn't work, that's when you're looking at how effective the action was, right? And this is important because some of you might be wondering, what is this metric thing? What does it even matter? I took the action, so what? Let's move on. But it does matter, and it's important, and it matters because once you sit and you start monitoring the progress of your action, that's not only going to help you to figure out if it worked, as in if it was successful, it's going to help you to determine when or if you need to make a change to that action. Because you might be on the right path, but you might just need to make a few tweaks in the actual action, how you're engaging in the action, right? Then another thing, it can help you with figuring out when you're analyzing, how you're doing when you're looking at your metrics. It can help you to figure out if you have to stop that particular action, or if you have to, kind of ramp it up a little bit and go on to a higher version, a higher level, a more complex version of that action. So if you're adding on to what you're already doing, so you can continue moving forward towards making that progress, towards that goal that you wanted for your business. So that's why having a metric to analyze the actions you're taking, that's why it's so important, because you need to be measuring your progress that you're making towards your goal. So if you're a perfectionist, let me tell you, you need to take a step back, because taking action is not about perfectionism. Taking action is taking that risk to see what the outcome is going to be. You have to take that risk to see what the outcome is going to be. If you sit and you're waiting for every single thing to be perfect, you're working in theory world because you're not taking any actions. You're going to sit and you're going to come up with this wonderful plan on paper or even in your head, but it really should be on paper because you have to write your plans down. So you have it on paper and you keep editing it, you're going over and you keep editing it because you want your plan on paper to be perfect. But guess what? Life isn't perfect. And when you're working with different people and different resources, different materials, things that are beyond your control, things happen. Technology, for instance, things happen. Your technology might go out on you while you're working on a task. So here's the thing. Don't aim for perfectionism. Aim to take the risk to see what the outcome is going to be so you can be moving your business forward, so you can be seeing it grow. Because if you sit and do nothing because you want everything to be perfect, yeah, I said it, you'll be doing nothing. You won't be taking any actions, and your business is going to be dying on you because you're not taking action. And if you think taking action is scrolling through social media, that's not taking action. That's just you sitting down spending pointless hours just scrolling through social media. That's not taking action for your business. Taking action for your business, like we discussed earlier in this video, taking action is looking at your goals, looking at the tasks that you have for those goals, and connecting your actions to those tasks and to those goals. Making sure you have that metric that you can identify of how you're going to know whether or not you are making any progress towards your goal, or if and when you need to make changes in the actions that you're doing, so that you can keep moving forward towards the success that you want for your business. So now is your turn. Go get started on an action today to save your business so that it can be successful. You know your goals. You got those tasks written down. Figure out that action that goes with that task. Go and do that action so that your business can be successful. All right? Thanks so much for joining me. Remember, solutions plus actions equals results. Bye, y'all.